And welcome back to the Pitch Putt and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Before we get cooking with our guest here today, we're going to take a quick second to give a shout out to a couple sponsors. We got Golf for CBD, golfforcbd.com. Promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. Golf for CBD topicals are truly a game changer with their patent delivery technology, delivering their strokes ahead of the competition, delivering 10 times more CBD directly to the muscles and joints than your traditional balms and creams. The Golf for CBD topicals are easy to apply on the course, absorb quickly, and do not leave any sticky residue, making them the perfect addition to every golfer's essential toolkit. Throw it right in your golf bag, great on the course, no sticky residue. They also have the gummies and the performance spray as well. The recovery cream, performance cream, though, are definitely where it's at. Like this says here in the ad, truly are a game changer. Also, we have 420 Bliss located at 740 Hoosick Road in Troy, New York. Right up in the Walmart Plaza. Stop in there, check them out. Everything you're looking for, pre-rolls, edibles, tinctures, vapes, you name it, they got it. When you're in 420, make sure you stop in there and check out some jaunty products. They have the blueberry lemonade gummies, as well as a bunch of variety of different flavors, the mango sunrise, the watermelon. Also in the cartridges, they have the resonators. They have the banana ghost. Bunch of different options from jaunty. Let's see here. Yeah, the banana ghost all in one, the grape, the strawberry, all-in-one disposable cartridges available at 420 Bliss as well. So stop in there, check them out, 420-bliss.com, 740 Hoosick Road, Troy, New York. Also go on the app just a little higher. Make sure you're looking at the 420 location. You can pre-order, you can set up your delivery, you can do everything right there on the app or online at 420-bliss.com. And then make sure you check out Trouble Off the Tee, troubleofftheT.com, promo code RGB. We'll get you 15% off at checkout, as well as promo code PUFF. You can buy one, get one free on the polos. When you're at troubleofftheT.com, make sure you take a second to take a look at the audiobook available on Spotify and Audible. Authors Marty Minden, narrated by Jake Adams from Country Club Adjacent. Make sure you take a second and check that out. And then last but not least, we got, 52 Sundays, 52sundays.co. Make sure you guys go check out 52sundays.co. Big supporters of the Pitch Putt and Puff, as well as the Legends Golf Club, both here in New York and in Cali. Make sure you check out Legends Golf Club podcast, as well as 52sundays.co. Promo code LGC15. Going to take a quick break, and we'll get into it with our guest, GOLFiti. Let's see. There we go. And we're back here on the Pitch Putt and Puff. RGB here with you. Got our guest joining us tonight. We got Max and Bennet from GOLFiti. What's up, boys? Welcome to the podcast.
It's good, brother. Appreciate you having us on here, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, what's up, man? Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
You too, guys. I've seen your. So I'm the type of guy, man. I'm always doom scrolling on Instagram, and when I scroll through and I see something I think is pretty cool and I'm interested in, I like to hear a little bit more about seeing your guys, some of the stuff you guys done. So let's take a second before we get into the brand. Let's hear about how you guys got into golf. What made you guys start golfing?
I guess I can go first, Ben.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, both. I mean, yeah, didn't grow up golfing. Grew up skateboarding, doing graffiti, kind of running amok in Providence. Golf was furthest thing from I think both of our stories. But COVID got back into skateboarding. Me and Ben tore my ACL. So this is 10 years removed from skateboarding. Tear my ACL. So skateboarding out of the picture. We have one buddy, our good buddy back home, who had gone into it, kind of going to the range, shit like that, getting us, and he was like, come play golf. And we're like, no, like, not playing golf, you know what I mean? He was like, it's a good rehab on your knee, come drink, come smoke, like, just come chill, like. And I'm like, all right, bro. I'm a lefty. He had one lefty 6-iron for me to use. That's the only club I had for like first 2 or 3 rounds, I would say. Just teed off with it, chipped with it, and putted righty with his shit. And then didn't get hooked on it for a minute. We would play, me, him, and our friend David would play, but like we weren't taking it seriously, really. Golf in Providence is not a fucking thing to do, really. You know what I mean?
Right.
Moved out here, like I was telling you earlier, with my girlfriend. She got into vet school. A lot of free time on my hands. She's super busy. Northern Colorado, beautiful for golf, and really ramped up the golf obsession.
Nice. No, it's funny, dude. You said you're the lefty and you're using the 6-iron. So I'm a lefty as well.
Oh, okay.
And I hadn't, same thing. No one has lefty golf clubs that you can go borrow.
Yeah.
So I actually switched hit a little bit in baseball in high school. I took my buddy's brother's clubs one day, and I literally played righty, and from that point on, I taught myself how to play golf right-handed.
That's crazy.
Like it took.
He's the opposite.
Are
yeah,
you really?
that's funny. When I started, I naturally, because everyone just kind of plays righty. Those are the clubs people have. So I just when I first started picking up, and same thing, like this is not that long ago that we just started playing. So I pick it up first little bit. I'm playing righty and everything. He's got lefty clubs, so as a joke, again, we're just getting into it, just kind of out there having a good time, causing mayhem on the course and stuff, not knowing what we're doing. So
Right.
I'm like, let me take the lefty club and see what happens. And everyone's like, yeah, nah, man, like your lefty swing looks a little more natural. You might want to just try to switch it up, and from there, just kind of like slowly fade it into a lefty from there.
That's the thing too. Like if I grab a lefty club right now, I can't swing it like a golf club. No problem swinging it like a baseball bat. But as soon as I put it down to swing it like a golf club, my form is all tweaked. It's absolutely insane. But it took me good 2 years just to feel comfortable actually swinging the club like I was swinging it like a golf club. Like I wasn't lifting my foot up like Kirby Puckett and like trying to like really crank it and all that. I was actually swinging it like a golf club. Now it's you wouldn't even know if I told you. Like if you watch me play, you wouldn't know I played baseball lefty for 20 plus years.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Yeah. Now it'd be funny though whenever he grabbed one of my clubs, I'm like, yeah, man, most people couldn't like pure a pitching wedge lefty like that. Like the shit looks pretty natural, bro. Like I'm telling you, I think like he didn't. You played baseball maybe for a little bit, but you weren't like super into it, so you didn't. Ben could have gone either way, and I was like, yeah, I think it's lefty, bro, and
yeah, the thing for me, I never played sports growing up or anything like that. So getting into I skateboarded, and that was it. So really getting into golf was a whole new atmosphere for me in that aspect. What really sold the deal is I played golf with this old head one day on a course, and he saw me swinging lefty, and he was like, "Yeah, man, that's your swing. That's just how you hold the club." And I was like, "All right, I'm sold. You got me."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can learn so much from them old heads out there on the course just playing a bullshit round, man. It's crazy.
I love it.
It's all short game shit and the putting shit, but you learn so much.
Good life lessons too. They'll school you on some real shit.
They just drop gems the whole time. Nah, for sure. I love getting paired up. But that's the one part about golf. You know what I mean? It's like you can, if your buddies are booked, you can go play dolo, and if nobody gets paired with you, great. But if you do, I like talking to people, so I get a kick out of it. And sometimes there's an asshole here or there, but
right.
Most of the time it's pretty chill.
Yeah, I play with a retired truck driver, my man Fairway Mike. It's kind of this is something I always say as well. Golf, cannabis, and music, 3 things that bring people from all different walks of life together. It could be anybody, man. Like I said, golfing, I would have never met Fairway if it wasn't for golf. And now he's like one of my best friends. I literally golf with this guy 4 or 5 days a week. He's texting me at 3:00 in the morning. Hey, what time's our tee time today? Even though it's literally in the text right above it. It's just shit like that. You know what I mean? But it's fun. Like we go out there, we have a great time, put a couple bucks on the line, have some good matches and shit, and just it's fun. But like you said, the life lessons, man. He's always there if I got dealing with something. He's always got an opinion for you, and he's most likely been through it before too. So it's beneficial.
Awesome. Yeah, we kind of like started skating together, started doing graffiti together, started playing like golf. We've been buddies 30 years. We really grew up together. So it's like we're all kind of like this even. You know what I mean? Like kind of all getting into the shit together. Like, so that's been like really cool. And then now starting GOLFiti with Ben, it's like super special because it's like, if you told us this 2 years ago, we would have laughed at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I do.
And so it's like it's just funny that it's golf. Like you said, it brought it all together and it just started making sense.
Yeah, when you guys first came up with the idea, like you told people, like, yeah, we're going to start our own business. We're going to start making hats and doing everything. Like, people were probably like, yeah, all right, you guys are nuts. Like, same thing with me with the podcast. Like, yeah, I'm doing a podcast. And it's the same thing. You told me 2 years ago I'd be making money talking shit. Like, no one would believe me. Like, I've been always wanting to do a podcast, but now that I actually, like, it's profitable. I have a good time doing it. I meet a bunch of cool people. Like, I have fun doing this. So it's not like it's a pain in the ass or whatever. But, like, I'm not the type, like, off of this, dude, I'm not the very outspoken type in crowds. Like, I don't like doing public speaking. Like, at work, they asked me to do a public speaking thing a couple weeks ago. I'm like, I'm not doing that. They're like, you do a podcast. I'm like, yeah, I sit and talk to a computer. Like, it's not like I'm sitting there talking in front of a couple hundred people. Like, I'm all set on that. It's just, but it's fun in the long scheme of things. Well, let's hear a little bit about the brand. You guys mentioned the tagging. So, obviously, that got you rolling. Let's hear a little bit about it.
Yeah, I've been doing art pretty much our whole life, graffiti the last 20 years. And moved out here, got a job at Dick's Sporting Goods,
Okay.
selling golf clubs in the golf department out here. And I hadn't really, first job I had in a long time. Grew up hustling, kind of that type of thing, getting into trouble back home. And I said, if I'm gonna get a job, it's gonna be around art or golf. You know what I mean? And Dick's
Yeah.
Sporting Goods had a position. I got a job there, and so I started seeing like the trend changing. Like the kids were coming in younger, kind of looked like me. You know what I mean? It wasn't as buttoned up and elitist and
The country club shit.
exactly. And like I've seen firsthand, especially parts of Southern Rhode Island could be fucking backwards. Like heads be racist to our buddy who got us into golf, like just real backwards situations. You know what I mean? And it's like, so we've seen that, and so it's like, not that that's not around anymore, but it's like it was changing, and I kind of saw it firsthand working at Dick's, like the type of people coming in there. Started doing these golf paintings, like abstract paintings, kind of inspired by golf, and those started being received really well. Started talking with Bennet, like, yeah, there's something here, bro. Like art and golf mixed. I don't know what it looks like, graffiti, whatever, I don't know. And we just kind of got it going off of that. And
I think design had always been a big part of, the art that we did is real design based and illustration based. It really lends itself well to, doing clothing, and, we like clothing, I mean, like we talked about skateboarding, you talked about music, a lot of these things. Same thing. There's a style that goes along with the culture, and that's a big part of it. So that's another part of golf that once we started playing golf, we were like, well, yeah, no, we don't wear this type of clothing and stuff like that. Like we don't wear these hats with just like a straight across logo on it, or you know what I mean, plain button up t-shirts. Like we like to have a little more flavor to what we're wearing and stuff. And we started seeing there wasn't really a lane for that out there. So that was a big part of it too.
In the past, just like 4 or 5 years, just the demographic of golf has changed so much. Like you see, like, I was out there about 5 years ago. You never seen high school kids in the golf course. Now the young kids are out there all the time trying to hit the ball like DeChambeau, and it's like their Tiger moment. Like they have they have people to follow now, and it's more the live and PGA battle makes it a little bit more interesting. And then they see all these guys on YouTube. They want to be a YouTuber. They want to be an influencer. They want to do this. And it's like they're probably more likely to sit down and watch the good event opposed to sitting down and watching a PGA Sunday if it's not the Masters. And that's drawing a lot of eyes to golf, but then it's also bringing the guys wearing the joggers on the course and the backwards hat and the hoodies. You would never see a hoodie on a golf course 5 years ago, ever.
No, bro. It's super lax now. Out here in Colorado, heads are wearing cut-off jean shorts and like hicks out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like out here playing golf, like the strict code is not as crazy. The dress code is not as strict, and it's just like it's just changing. They're still there. That part of it is still there, but it's just changing. And
it's created a funny juxtaposition, right? Like there's still that old school country club mentality around, but this like new wave of golf is kind of breaking in, right? Where like you said, there's like all these people coming into the space. And going back to what you're saying, where like, yeah, people kind of wouldn't believe you a couple years ago if you said you were doing something like this, but at the same time, when you started, the community is so supportive, right? Like the golf community is surprisingly like so supportive of doing anything golf related, right? Like people who play golf just love golf. So it's a great community to be a part of, just in that sense that everyone's like, oh yeah, you want to talk about golf, you want to make golf stuff, like yeah, we support that. Like the more golf, the better.
Right. And it's crazy too, like I said, like even some of the people being supportive wise, like conversations I've had with people in the golf world, like even to get a response from some of these people, I'm like, oh shit. Like, for example, like I had Mae Brennan on here. I don't know if you guys know who Mae Brennan is. Like I'm sitting there going, like, she's got 500,000 followers, been on a TV show, holy moly, and all this. I'm like, she shouldn't even be spending 2 minutes with me, but I'm sitting here talking about a podcast. Like, how did I pull this shit off? And like, well, I listened to this podcast, this big conspiracy guy, Tinfoil Hat, the co-host XG got on here. None of my friends believe me. I'm like, bro, I just Instagram messaged him, seen him at a comedy show, and before you knew what I was talking to him, I'm like, this is nuts, just from doing a podcast. Connections you never knew you would make, Probably
it's just starting, bro.
Yeah.
That's the part of starting the shit, and we kind of we're going back and forth. I mean, we all seed it almost a year ago, right? I mean, at this point,
I was gonna say, I seen your first. I was checking out your IG page. October something was your first post last year.
Exactly. So it's like we kind of got it going, and then had a little hiccup, and then but it's like it's easy to get discouraged, and starting is the hardest part. And it's like, as you know, it's like the baby steps, and just trying to build any sort of momentum is crucial, because you don't always get momentum. When you do, you gotta capitalize on it, and just kind of take advantage of what's going on. And
Absolutely. Now you guys are both in the art world. Started out doing art. So design wise, you guys both, like, how'd you come up with the logo? How did that, like, how long did that take? I see you got a bunch of different styles you put with it, but like, how did that all start?
Yeah, well, pretty much we work real collaboratively. So the nice part about both of our styles and the stuff we do is real kind of similar stylistically. And the other part is, like you said, we've been friends for so long. We just work real cohesively together. So everything is real collaborative. We'll go back and forth. The logo, for example, we kind of come up with the idea together. It starts with just kind of talking about, like, oh, what's the idea behind it? What does it look like? We start drawing some sketches. We'll send it back and forth to each other and kind of each tweak it a little bit. So it's cool to kind of send it back and forth a couple times, keep embellishing it. It's not really one of us, it's both of us really having our hands on each part of every design.
Right, because with art, obviously it's so creative and an individual style. So I didn't know if you guys had two like different drastic styles, but it seems like you had somewhat of a similar style going into it, which made the collab a little easier.
Even our graffiti, like kind of emulates each other. Like you just kind of grow up. Providence, there's like a New England aesthetic to graffiti. New York, Philly, every kind of region has its own aesthetic. So me and Bennet kind of naturally, I would say, like paint the same way or similar, where we can kind of match each other. It's like, oh, that's kind of what you're on right now, and kind of match it. You know what I mean?
Right. So since you guys used to do some tagging, you got any good tagging stories?
I mean,
it's probably any ones that won't get you in trouble.
I've gotten in tons of trouble, bro, my whole life. Arrested tons of times for tag, just miscellaneous things, tagging being one of them. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to start, bro. Run from police numerous times, all types of shit like that.
Always find a way to get into it. That's what we did, man. That's what we did here in the Northeast as kids, man. There was nothing else to do. We're trapped in the house for 6 months all winter, so once we got outside, we were outside.
Kids used to be outside, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's like, I work, a lot of the heads I work with, like 21, 22. I'm 34. Bennett's a couple years older than me.
Yeah, I'm 40, so 41, so yeah.
And it's like, it's like, you already know the screen time, all the shit you hear about. I mean, I'm like firsthand. Look, I haven't worked in a minute, so to be like retail working with like a bunch of kids, I'm seeing firsthand like the screen time, all that shit's a real, like holding a face-to-face conversation. That the art of conversation is dwindling away. You know what I mean? Like it really is. So it's like, I really, like, you hear about it, but it never affected me. I'd chill with my bros and that was it. Now that I'm like working with a bunch of different people, heads who come in there, I'm just like, damn, like, it really is different out here. So, but you gotta be adjustable and be able to adapt. And me and Ben have talked about before. It's like graffiti makes that. It's a necessity of writing graffiti, being able to adapt to situations, quick on your feet, spontaneity, all that comes along with doing graffiti, and gut instincts is like literally like it's all that. So we're just literally going off our gut and like going what we think is dope, and hoping it catches on. You know what I mean? And the reception's been through the roof, so it's been cool. And we're just getting started. I mean, we have no idea what we're doing, but we're figuring it out as we go.
Definitely making it up as we go along. But we like to make art, and we like to play golf. So we're trying to make our lives centered around those two things as much as possible.
Nice. Now, so far you got I just seen the hats, the different variety of hats available.
Yep. And I made a couple polos just for like me and Bennet to rock when we go play.
Yeah.
Those are coming. A couple other designs in the works, and as the colder weather comes, we got some things that we want to do. But yeah, the hats was just like every golfer has 80,000 hats. You know what I mean? We love a good hat, but we wanted to make it one that fit good. Otherwise, you won't wear it. You know what I mean? You have 40 hats, but you wear the same fucking 3 hats. You know what I mean? Yep. So we did some sourcing on that. We were kind of looking online, wasting time, probably get a product we weren't going to like. Ended up just going through a local guy here in Fort Collins, and really just able to try them on, get the fit. the embroidery was immaculate. So I was like, let's go with this, and we just done with that. We've done 2 launches so far. We just placed an order yesterday. Also, me and Ben were saying we got a hat for you, bro. Fucking at the
dope.
end, we could get your info and we'll send it over to you.
Appreciate it. Hell yeah. Absolutely. That's dope. Yeah, those are shit. Like I said, man, like I scroll Instagram all day. Obviously my algorithm is going to show me pretty much nothing but golf stuff. So like when I'm scrolling through, I see a lot of bullshit out there. You see a lot of, the people with there's some crazy brands out there, but like something that catches my eye, like your logo did. Like one, it reminded me of a buddy of mine I grew up with, my man LMC. He was a tagger. He used to do some of the craziest shit. Love him to death. Like same thing. I could tell stories for days about him. But I was like, oh shit, he would love it. He doesn't play golf, but if he did, that I could see him rocking something like that. So then I started looking at the page and just the creativity of it, and to find out like you guys are doing it together, and the artistic side of it is really cool, because like I said, art is such different. Everybody's got their own style. So to be able to collab with one of your, with one of the homies that you grew up with and everything else, just makes it even cooler. Really, that's dope.
Now you don't even need to do the art yourself. I mean, everything AI generated, and at that time, taking off and exploding that way, it's like, we kind of want that to be one of the like driving forces. Like me and Ben are really doing the shit ourselves. This is all hand drawn, inside, grassroots, all organic. We're not, if we have outsourcing people who kind of help maybe on digital side, but like everything, we're drawing all of it. You know what I mean? And so it's like, with no brand in particular, but I see a lot of golf brands where it's like, if you told me they were the same brand, I would believe you. You know what I mean? Like they all kind of resemble each other. You know what I mean? So it's like, like Bennet was saying earlier, the whole point of graffiti is to stand out. You know what I mean? And not in a corny way, but it's like, not like, we want to be on some John Daly crazy, which I don't have anything wrong with it, but that's not the aesthetic, but just kind of like already naturally, heads think outside the box. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's like, I think Ben said it earlier, where you're doing shit, you're putting 2 things together that you enjoy to do. You got golf and art that you're putting together. Same thing with the pitch putt and puff. Like me and the crew were out there burning it down the whole time on the golf course.
Yeah,
well, we're golfing, we're smoking, let's pitch putt and puff, let's do it. Like that's literally how it came about. There was a mini golf place up here that had a puff night or something like that, a putt and puff night. I was like, oh, pitch putt and puff. I just literally came up with it after seeing that, and I was like, all right, guess we're doing this.
Right, and it's almost those super obvious ideas that are the best ones, that are almost the easiest to overlook too. You know what I mean? Where it's like it is the simple thing. You know what I mean? Like it is the thing that's right in front of you, and where it's like, golf and GOLFiti. You know what I mean? Like we were playing around with other shit, and it was like it's the fucking no brainer. You know what I mean? Like it totally.
And it stands out. That's all it takes. So what's the plan for the future here? Like, what do you guys have planned for the brand? Obviously, you're going to expand a little bit more in the clothing side of things too, but what's your main focus going here, say 5-10 years from now?
Yeah, I'd say over the next 5-10 years, we'd like to really, become a namestay and build ourselves as a real brand. So move on from the hats and, start printing a more variety of styles on different types of clothing. We already started talking to some local places in Colorado about carrying our stuff in stores too. So that's another one of our goals, is to not just have an online presence, but to be able to, have the brick and mortar presence as well. And that's really our goal, is to kind of make it up as we go and just kind of keep getting the brand out there. Trying to, like I said, focus our lives around it. So keep going and make it as big and widespread as we possibly can. Get as many people rocking fresh GOLFiti gear as we can.
That's what's up.
100%.
That's what's up. So, boys, I usually like to wrap up with 3 questions, golf related. We'll start off with this one. What's your favorite club you got in the bag?
Oh, Max, you can start that.
7-wood.
Okay.
I'd go the pitching. The pitching wedge is just so fun and buttery to me. Yeah,
my pitching wedge I broke, so I just went to Cape Cod on vacation. Went out to Dennisport, and it was the last day. We're getting ready to leave. We got an Airbnb. I got an Airbnb with the in-laws. My wife wants to go down to the beach for the morning before we leave. I'm like, I just got out of the shower. I'm not going back down to the beach. I'm gonna go to the I brought a couple clubs with me. I'm going to the range. So I'm literally, I think maybe my 3rd or 4th shot in with my pitching wedge, and all of a sudden the club head goes flying off. I feel like I'm swinging a wiffle ball bat, this is a full range now. So I'm like, damn, like I didn't even really see where it went. The kid behind me is like, oh, I think it went like out that way. I had an idea. So like I had to sit there, and it was like literally the third or fourth ball I hit. So I had a full bucket there. I planned on being there for a little bit. So I'm like, all right, maybe a couple people will leave. Every time someone left, another person showed up. And then it finally got to the point where I was like, yo, I had to yell, like, excuse me, can I run out here real quick? The guy went the range rat was going back and forth, like looking for it. He had to drive over this thing 5 times. And I literally walked out maybe 30 yards. It was sitting right there. I still haven't got the damn thing fixed yet, but it's just
Oh, you found
I found it. I did find it. Yeah.
it.
So I did find. I got my M6 TaylorMades, man. Pitching wedge was one of my top. It's my 7-iron for me, and then my P wedge. But I was like, I need this club. Like, I need it. I had my league match that was like for the championship. The following like couple nights later, I had to borrow a pitching wedge from another guy. It was a fucking mess.
You need the P wedge. Yeah, the 7-wood, man, is just so versatile, and like it was one of those clubs that like came with one of the first sets I got. Like some random lefty set had a woman's 7-wood in it. Remember, man, I used to crush that shit, bro. You remember? And fucking like, yeah, this stuff is super easy to hit. Like I don't know, so I've always had this weird soft spot for it. And then through my job, got the QI10 7-wood like for the low for
nice
$bucks, and it's just real versatile.
Yeah, you can get some nice little come ups working that job. I had a buddy who used to do the same thing. Nice little the trade-in options. You get the first dibs on them pretty much most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I'd be slinging fucking GOLFiti hats out of there, bro.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Use the plug, absolutely.
Exactly, bro. Like, they can't figure out one of the Titleist hats they want. I say, come over here.
Yeah. Better believe every golf course I go to, there's pitch putt puff stickers all over with the QR code linked to the podcast. So you got it, man. It's a hustle. It's a grind. People don't think about it, but like even the networking that goes into it, like behind the scenes, people don't realize. Just setting up the interviews and timing everything and just all that type of shit. It's work. It's a second job, really.
Sure,
and obviously for you guys on your side, it's definitely a second job. So you guys only been playing really full like golf for a few years now, but what's your some of your favorite courses you've played? Have you got a chance to get out and play any different courses, or just a course that like it's just one of the courses like that's the course I'm gonna go play every single day kind of thing?
I mean, Southern Rhode Island is beautiful golf courses. Shitty thing is, last time I played them, I was in no condition to be out there, and made a fool of myself. So really, like out here in Colorado is where I kind of got more into playing. And I went to one in Breckenridge, which is probably another 3,000 feet elevation from where I am. It's probably a 2.5-hour drive up into the mountains. And played a course out there, Jack Nicklaus course, one of the only, I think, I know he's done a few public ones. This is one of the few public courses he did in Breckenridge. And he's got three 9-hole courses there all next to each other. And it was like some Jurassic Park shit, it was unbelievable. It was like really in the mountains. The course was hard. It was a good test of golf. So that one probably ranks it for me. I don't know what it was called, maybe just Breckenridge Golf Club or something like that. Right. But the elk course over there, I remember that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
We just took a golf trip, little guys trip out to Portland, Maine, and the courses out there, I will say, were all beautiful. We played at some of the most gorgeous courses I played at, but I have to give a plug to my local home course, Triggs in Providence, where I play the most, and it's a good little local course, and it's in Providence, so you don't get a lot of courses like in the city like that, and nice. It's nice. They keep it nice over there.
Yeah. So we'll have to link up, Max. When you come back to the East Coast, man, we'll link. I mean, it's not a far drive for me at all. I'll me and the boys will come out. We'll get around it or something on a weekend.
I'm down.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's literally.
Maybe I'll come out to my old stomping grounds. Maybe I'll come out your way.
Dude, we got a nice little tournament going on October 5th. I think there's a couple openings left, man. It's we got my buddy's doing a memorial tournament for his uncle he does every year. It's crazy, like just with the podcast. I do another podcast, the Upstate Golf Guys. And just with the podcast, used to get like 12 teams. Now it's up to like 32 or something. Like he's almost full with it. So they pretty much can get a full sheet, which is awesome.
Yeah. I'm back there in November for Thanksgiving. I'll be in Boston and in Providence, so I'll be both. But yeah, I'm down a link for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean it's we can still golf that time of year out here. throw a hoodie on and get out there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll set something up. My favorite course I ever played was down in Aruba. I played a really nice course, but Texas, Slick Rock. Went down there for a wedding. And it was me, same thing, like me and all my old school guys were all in our 40s, late 30s, early 40s. And just to have no responsibilities, no kids, we're all out there. I think there was like 24 guys. Just we switched like twosomes. Everybody was like rotating and like the ninth hole, you hopped in with the guy behind you, like just being different, like to mix it up, scramble. Like it was a lot of fun. Just having a good time. But the course was also, we're playing around cactuses as opposed to pine trees and everything else up here. So cool experience. Cool experience.
That was our first trip out to Maine, but the first of many, it looks like, and everybody, we vibed seamlessly, and all 8 of us showed up, which was cool, and so it kind of set the tone going forward. We had never, all of us are pretty new to golf, so it was like, let's do a trip, and then, it can stay an idea for 3 years if you let it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So, it was good to get it out of the idea phase and make it happen.
Do it. Absolutely. You sound like a lot like me and my friends. Same thing. We got like 8 to 12 of us that we all grew up together since middle school, early, grade school, some of us, and still like everybody's wedding, everybody's in the wedding. There's, we're that group that's got 10 groomsmen in every wedding kind of thing.
It's funny. Yeah. I was a groomsman in his wedding. Same shit where we were just saying earlier, like, it's really not, it's kind of rare now, like guys having their like childhood buddies and stuff, like where I'll talk to guys out here, or just other heads I meet out here, and I'm like, damn, like where the bros you grew up with? Like Ben came to visit me last year, and like there's another dude I was, it's like, like I don't know, he didn't have any like high school, like even high school or child. Just like I thought it was so weird, but it's like it's really not as common. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not special when you can do it. Like we all kind of just will take up the same hobbies together. You know what I mean? So it makes it super fun.
Yeah, because that's kind of how I got into golf. One of my buddy Neil, he's like, "Yo, come play golf. Come play golf." I'm like, "Bro, I suck at golf. Like, I'm not gonna go waste the money. I don't have the clubs. I'm a lefty." Right? He goes, "Come on, man. Let's go. And he got me to play a scramble with him, and that slowly like built my confidence. Where I was like, "All right, I hit a couple good shots that day. Like, we might have used one of my putts or something like that, but like."
Hell yeah.
It built the confidence, and I was like, all right, I'll go with you again. And like me and him went out to like a par 3 course, and he just kind of started showing me, all right, hold your hands like this, because I still baseball grip, but I can't interlock or anything like that. But like just showed me the stance, stop moving your feet, stop doing this, like a couple minor tips, and over that time, like then I caught the bug, and I literally started playing as much. Like now with my job, I can play 4 or 5 days a week, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's
always how it is. There's one person in the group, and he slowly gets everyone in the group. Yeah. He reels you in somehow. He's like, "Oh, just come out and have a good time. Come have a couple drinks. We'll have a good time. We'll play a scramble. You know what I mean? Take it easy." And then next thing you know, you're obsessed with golf.
Yeah, that's it. That's that one good shot. It's either that you're really good at it and you want to keep playing, or you're so bad at it you can't take it that you got to get back out there and get better. Right. Like it's just one or the other.
For sure, it's expensive though. I wish it wasn't so much money, but.
Dude, our local course. I have a season pass in my local course, so every time I go play, it's $20 for the cart. Off I go. Well, this weekend they had the county tournament. We went and played a different place. And when I checked my debit card receipt, I was like, holy shit, it was like $68 for a Sunday morning round. I'm like, damn, like I'm so used to my $20. Like this sucks.
Right. That's crazy.
Extra $50 on it. Plus we're gambling and everything else. So I made it expensive little Sunday morning. I got my ass kicked. But my last question to round it out is if you had 3 people to add to your dream foursome, who would they be? I'll give you guys a second to think about it, because you can go a lot of ways with this. So I grew up a basketball player. Favorite player was Jason Williams, White Chocolate. Used to play for the Kings and the Heat back in the day.
Of course.
That was my dude. Now he's a golfer. He's a cannabis guy, so he would be in my group. I used to like to say Jordan, but I already got the Hooper in there with Jay Will. So I would probably go Dustin Johnson. Because most likely for a golfer, for the other athlete, Dustin Johnson, because Pauline would be lingering around somewhere. And then I could actually learn something, because I studied a lot of him when I first started playing, just the swing and everything else, because they're at the same tall lanky dude like him. So I try to study a lot what he did. And then for some entertainment purposes, I probably have Bill Murray out there to round it out.
That's a great answer.
I was thinking along those same lines. I was like, all right, I'm trying to put together a good assortment of people. I was going along the same lines. I think the first person that stood out, again with our skateboarding background, I'd say someone like Paul Rodriguez, who I know plays a little golf, is definitely someone I looked up to a lot skateboarding when I was younger. I'd throw him in the group. Throw someone funny that probably doesn't play golf. Give me like Jonah Hill or like Will Ferrell or someone out there who's just going to be like mad fun. Just give good vibes, keep the energy light, and then give me like a good golfer who I like to bet on. Give me like Max Homa. Like, let me get around. Let me pep him up for the next tournament, and you know what I mean. Pick his brain a little bit.
There you go. All right, that's a good group. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's good. I've recently seen like reels like Cat Williams is a golfer.
Oh shit. Oh, that's right, because of his from the Shit Club Shay interview.
Yeah, and then other interviews of like him on the golf course, and like he really clearly plays and is obsessed, and like Cat Williams is just tears. So I'll throw Cat in there. I have to go just throw one of the dogs in there, one of the bros. Definitely. Either Ben or my other man who got me into golf. You know what I'm saying? No, it's Bennet.
I wouldn't be offended. You can bring big guns.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan. I mean, of course, but I feel like that's the cliche answer.
Like Jordan, Tiger are kind of like that's what I get a lot of that, which is so like we grew up in our era watching those guys, like especially Tiger. Tiger drew so many eyes to the game of golf. Like nobody watched golf until Tiger Woods came into it.
Yeah.
You got to almost think about like the question except those two people, because most people are like, yeah, obviously you're going to put both of them are probably going to go. If you really had, what I mean? If you were really putting anyone in there, they're probably going in two of those spots.
Exactly.
I'll probably honestly, bro, I'll just do Cat Williams and then two of the bros. So it's like Cat Williams and three.
There you go.
Just be tears. You know what I mean? Like
poor little Ting Ting.
Yeah.
That was my favorite joke he had was when he was talking about that Olympic runner, the guy with the legs with he said he was running with them bent back paper clips and shit. It was fucking priceless. That shit was so funny.
Everything Cat does, man, is good, man. But like, I don't know if you've seen it, but he had this one take on golf. Like they were asking him about it, and it was very accurate. It was just funny to see him even talk about golf. I had no idea.
I think I did. Was he sitting in the golf cart talking?
It might have been that. I think it was one of him standing, like he's at a tournament, and there he's like behind the ropes, and they're like asking him about it, and he just gives like a good take on his approach and the mental side of it, and like it's not funny at all. Like where it was like the first time I think I've seen Cat like that, where it's like, oh, all right, like this guy's a golfer, but obviously if you're playing with him, he's gonna bring the humor. But I mean, we all love Cat, or I mean, fucking. Like Borat, you know what I mean? Like three of the bros in Borat would be a fucking great time. Like, you know what I mean?
You're gonna be out there laughing, right? We just seen Cat. Cat was just up here in Albany a couple months ago. At the beginning of the summer, we got to see him up here. He crushed it. It was right after that interview, pretty much. He was here like a week or so after. It was pretty good timing. Pretty good timing, boys. I appreciate you guys jumping on for sure, man. Any way I can help in the future, if you guys got something new coming out you want to promote or anything I can do to help, definitely let me know. Why don't you let the listeners know where they can find you?
Yeah, find us on Instagram at GOLFiti LLC.
Awesome.
Building a website, all more shit to come. But appreciate you having us on and giving us the opportunity, bro. And good talking to you for real.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. Definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. And let's definitely link up. Like you guys are all 2.5 hours, not even away from us. So that's an easy drive either way. If you come back to Albany area, Bennet, hit me up for sure. Get out there. We're out there every Sunday, man. Every Sunday we got 8 to 12 guys out there throwing a couple bucks on it. We do everybody plays their round. We do a blind draw at the end. So you pull a card, whoever has the, ace, king, that's the team. Lowest score wins. So makes it interesting. Some fights, it's fun to do with the boys because we're all about the same level. So it's never like you got a guy shooting 76 and a 95. It's all mid-80 golfers for the most part. So it works out pretty good.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome.
Nice.
Now, I had suck at golf, but down to come play for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, it's all about getting out there, having a good time. That's all that matters in the long scheme of things. But once again, guys, appreciate you jumping on. Guys, go check out GOLFiti on Instagram, GOLFiti LLC on Instagram, and we'll talk to you soon. Later. Appreciate the GOLFiti boys, Max and Bennet, for jumping on. Really cool episode. Dope ass product, the hat, the design. It's definitely something that's going to catch everybody's eye. So make sure you guys go check them out. Up and coming brand. Before we wrap this up, though, we got to give a shout out to golfercbd.com. Make sure you guys check out golfercbd.com. Promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. The Golfer CBD topical is truly a game changer with the patented delivery technology. Strokes ahead of the competition, delivering 10 times more CBD directly to the muscles and joints than your traditional balms and creams. Golfer CBD topicals are easy to apply in the course, absorb quickly, and do not leave any sticky residue, making them the perfect addition to every golfer's essential toolkit. Make sure you guys go and check out golfercbd.com, promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. Also, go check out 420 Bliss, 420-bliss.com, located 740 Hoosick Road in Troy, New York. Stop in there, check them out. Let them know the Pitch Putt Puff crew sent you. Everything you're looking for, flowers, pre-rolls, edibles, tickets, your vape, you name it, they got it. If you're in there looking for a vape or some bomb-ass edibles, make sure you're taking a look at Johnny. They got the berry lemonade, the mango sunrise. They got the watermelon. They also have a bunch of different options for the cartridges and the all-in-one disposable vape. So go and check out some Jaunty and the Critical line with the rosin. So go check them out, as well as Trouble Off the Tee, TroubleOffTheTee.com, promo code RGB for 15% off site-wide, as well as promo code PUFF to buy one, get one free on the polos. Make sure you take a look at that. And while you're over in Trouble Off the Tee, take a look at the book available on Spotify and Audible. Author's Marty Minden, narrated by Jake Adams from Country Club Adjacent. So use promo code RGB, 15% off. Promo code PUFF, buy one, get one free on the polos. And then we got 52 Sundays, 52sundays.co, promo code LGC15. Big supporters of the Legends Golf Club, the Legends Golf Club podcast, and as well as the Pitch Putt and Puff. So go support 52 Sundays at 52sundays.co. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll be back on Friday with a preview of this upcoming weekend. Later.